In today's Video Dog Squad, it is time for our playoff predictions video. We've made, since May, I've been doing individual predictions for each team. I wasn't like every day, or else I would have had it done a while back ago. So I just finished the Cardinals today. I told y'all before, I made some slightly changes there. I made some changes from some teams, maybe half of the teams in my predictions in the league throughout me doing predictions on maybe went back I need to have this team probably is this record, so and this seems reasonable, so I'm going to go back and change that. But next year I got a plan to do that. I won't be doing all those changes. We'll be fixing once prediction's out, once this prediction is out. But it's not that far. I think two teams, Chargers and Broncos, were off I think by two. Went down 2 losses, so I had 2 more losses. The record went down. So the others either had changed one or the opponents were just flipped or something. I don't know. The wins and losses were just flipped or something. But it's almost that time. Thursday's when the Ravens and Chiefs play, and then Sunday's a slate. Friday we got the Brazil game, Packers and Eagles, and the Monday Jets and 49ers. That's week 1. College football is a big hit. We'll have videos for that soon. Maybe just some clips, not too full out of that. And that's going to be here for Trade Dog 60. But next week, NFL starts. Like I said, Cowboys and Browns should be live for that next week. And I'll have the week 1 predictions probably coming out tonight. Probably what I'll be starting to do, we'll probably be doing the prediction video so I can make a video about it. Or will probably be during the week before, and I'll premiere it. So I'll probably be premiering this video and premiering it later for this week, probably on Wednesday. So that's probably what I'll do. If I can't, I'll have to make it short that Sunday, and that's how I'll go. But without further ado, let's get right in this video. Here we go. So if you saw my shorts, I had the division stands and everything. You saw my short earlier. If you haven't checked that out, we're almost also really close to 1K. We're about 60 away, so make sure you subscribe if you haven't. Be part of the Dog Squad, be part of the Golden Dog Squad, subscribe to my Trade Out Gaming channel. We'll have videos eventually for that. We might get those games. My birthday's on Tuesday, by the way, so if you want to say your birthday in the comments or something, you can. Alright, so here we go. Yeah, the 1 seed Texans, I think they're a Super Bowl team, but we'll see if they made the Super Bowl. 5 seed Bengals, 4 seed Bills, 3 seed Chiefs, 6 seed Browns, 7 seed Dolphins, 2 seed Ravens, and then we have the NFC over here. We got the 1 seed 49ers, of course. Cowboys sitting at 5 seed, Falcons 4 seed, Lions 3 seed, Packers 6 seed, Bears 2 seed, Eagles Bears 7 seed, Eagles 2 seed. So now we're going to move to the AFC first. We got Bengals and Bills. Look, the Bills I don't think will be that big of a deep run team. They haven't even in the past with more of a loaded team. They lost some defensive guys. They did lose Diggs, which Diggs wasn't the biggest of a playmaker before. So honestly, I mean he could have ruined some teams. So, but the Bengals will get the win. This should be not that bad. We're gonna put down 24-14 as the final score. Bengals do win it. The Bengals win that. Can we change it if we had to? Okay. Bengals move on. Chiefs and Browns. Look, the Browns I do have in the playoffs this year. I had them 11-6. Chiefs sitting at 12-5. Also, I didn't just go by, well, it doesn't matter. We're just going to put the teams, if they tied records, fine. We'll just stick. No, we had to. I followed by some tiebreaker rules over on NFL.com. And if you want to go check my results and see if I did this right, you can. I don't know, but this should be right. All the seeding and all that for both sides. So, Chiefs, they're pretty dominant in the postseason. Of course, Patrick Mahomes. Browns, they don't do as well in postseason. They even had trouble making it postseason for years. They got the team to do it, but Chiefs are always the ones that can handle it. We're gonna go and put them as a 20. Browns are gonna probably put up a fight with them. We're gonna go 27. We'll say 20. 27-20. Chiefs win. All right, we're gonna move on to Dolphins and Ravens. Dolphins, I don't think will win the playoff game. I didn't trust them winning the division either. I did not trust them winning the division. I know they got a better team than the Buffalo Bills, but I think it's gonna be a dogfight again. They're gonna be 10-7. They're gonna be both. The Bills though will this time get the tiebreaker. They'll have the same record. But the Ravens, I do end up winning this one. Dolphins still having trouble winning the playoff game, and they won't this year either. The Ravens are the more dominant team, even though they haven't had the best postseason success with Lamar Jackson. Ravens do win the postseason game. They are the better team, and they are more confident than the Dolphins postseason game. We're going to go and put the score as a, let's go 14. We'll make it 28-14. Ravens win. Okay. And then, so we have the Texans and the Bengals, Chiefs and Ravens. Now we're on the wild card of the NFC here. So we have the Cowboys taking on the Falcons. And look, I know Cowboys have bad postseason success. We all know that. Past 30 years, past 25 years, we've had, I think, 9 playoff wins. But past maybe 20 we've had, in this century, we've had like 4. That's not good. Even though we're really dominant, we should be winning a lot more. But then they go get the win over the Falcons. So if they don't get as scared as them, Falcons have a good team. Their defense is getting much better. Their offense is progressing with Kirk Cousins. Now Drake London and Kyle Pitts will have actual QB. Bijan will actually be doing well. So I think that actually... But Dallas does get the win. They'll be playing like Dallas. I feel like they won't get scared like they do against Green Bay and San Fran. I think Dallas does get the win. And I think it'll be a pretty dominating one, but we'll go 31. Excuse me. Let's say... 17. 31-17 is the final score. Cowboys move on to the division round. They get their 5th playoff win. Dak gets his 3rd. And Lamar got his 3rd as well. So, but they both go to the divisional round, and we'll determine that. All right, Lions and Packers. Look, this is always a fight, but I just don't see Packers winning in the division. Lions will have way too much grit. They'll be way too pumped up. So will the Packers. Don't get me wrong. But they're kind of overrated right now. The way people are saying they're a Super Bowl team, now you could come back to this, you really could be coming back to this later in the year and be like, oh, well, this aged well or something like that. Like, that could be happening, but I don't think that, I mean, Jordan Love really did well, but he didn't even play a complete full season last year of playing well. So who knows if they'll even make it back. I don't even know. I mean, their defense is, I don't know how well they're going to be doing. Love could get hurt. They got young receivers. They don't even have a top one yet. I mean, they're not going to beat Detroit in the postseason after Detroit having that season last year and having a talented team. No way Detroit's going to choke, even though they've been doing it lately. No, I don't think the Lions will do that, but I think it'll be a game-winning type field goal. We'll say game-winning touchdown field goal, but it'll be 27-21 will be the final score. Lions win, move on to the divisional round. Bears and Eagles. Look, Bears got it. They're a young team, which with some old, with Keenan Allen. But they're going to get to the postseason, but I just don't think they're going to do anything with it. They've got a tough team, but they're not Super Bowl contenders. They are just playoff contenders. Plain old playoff. But the NFC North can get dangerous lately. The Vikings could stay loose. Later in the years, I had them eliminated from the playoffs, of course. Didn't have them doing that. Don't have them doing that well this season. But they could be onto something. But Philadelphia is, of course, the better team. Last year, I think, was a fluke at the end. That was probably coordinating. As much as I hate it, they were coordinating issues. I wanted it to be a player issue because I didn't want them to have enough skill. But it was a coordinating issue. Now, some player issues, but it was coordinating and coaching. Philadelphia does win this matchup. Bears put up a fight, I think, for a little bit. I could say it's going to be like that Texans-Ravens game. I could see a 13-34 game, maybe. We'll say 34-16 game. Eagles advance to the divisional round. So we have Niners, Cowboys, Lions, Eagles. Now we're going to move on to the AFC divisional round. We have Texans and Bengals, Chiefs, Ravens. Now, this put me some thought into it for the Texans and Bengals one. I was like, well, the Bengals, they're always pretty good in the postseason. They're always knowing how to make deep runs, make it to a Super Bowl. Texans are pretty on, but I'm like, on the other hand, like, now Texans have a Super Bowl roster. We've been seeing history being made lately. Texans might have a chance at a 1 seed, making the AFC Championship for the first time. Maybe in franchise history. I'm not sure if it's the first time in franchise history, but maybe. I don't know if they've ever made one or not, but they were close a few years ago, but they choked against the Chiefs, like blowing a big lead, like 24-0. But I had to make a decision on this one, and I think the Texans were just too dominant for Cincinnati. They don't have Joe Mixon anymore. Their O-line's not going to do as well. The defense isn't as good to handle it. C.J. Stroud, Texans are just way too complete of a team. They are. I can't say something about Dallas. I still don't trust my own team. I don't trust they have a Super Bowl roster, but they still couldn't do anything. that's mentality issues, and right now I don't know if Texans have mentality issues, so we just got to go by this. I think the Texans get a close one. I think they'll get like a 28-24 win. We'll say actually, we'll say a 28-24 win over Cincinnati. Actually, we'll go 38-34. I think it'll be a shootout. It'll be a good defensive battle or a good offensive battle. 38-34 will be the final score. Texans are advancing to their first AFC Championship game, I think, in franchise history, or maybe since a certain year. I'm not sure. But the Chiefs take on the Ravens now. Look, Ravens are going to have trouble. Kansas City hasn't. Mahomes has never not made it to the NFC, to his conference championship. He's literally the opposite of Dallas, sadly. I'm not hating on Dallas. Trust me, I'm a Dallas Cowboys fan. I don't know if you can see in the background or not, but I was going to try this. But no, I mean, it's like, I mean, you could probably say the same about all the other teams too, but Dallas does make postseason. Ravens also, Lamar Jackson only has made one, so it's kind of close to being the opposite of the Ravens too. But Chiefs have never made it. Chiefs make it like every time. Ravens, I don't really think Lamar. I don't know why everyone's like, oh, the Ravens can make the Super Bowl, and then you always trash Dallas and Dak. It's like, dude, Lamar doing the same exact thing. Don't trust him at all. I don't. When he's not going to do well against Kansas City. So the Chiefs, I think, will make the AFC Championship game. Once again, I think it will be. I think it'll be 23-16 we'll say 17 will be the final score. Chiefs are going to move on to the AFC Championship game. Now we have the NFC. We got Niners, Cowboys, Lions, Eagles. Look, I would love Dallas to make the NFC Championship. That's really all I'm asking for this year. It will be a successful season if the Dallas Cowboys can go to the NFC Championship game, especially be the Niners. Now, if we're a number one seed and we only make the NFC Championship game, I'll love that, but you should be going more. Now, it depends who you go against. Like, if it's like the Lions or the Eagles, that makes sense. But no. Or if you play the Niners. Or if somehow the Packers play you again. I understand that. But if you're playing someone like someone sneaks in that NFC Championship like the Bears and you lose to that, which if the Bears make it that far, they could still make it. That Cinderella stuff. But look, Niners are just going to be Niners always do this to Dallas. Niners are the better postseason team. Niners are the better team. It's just an obvious answer. 31 to actually I'll go 30-10. We'll go 30-10. Oh, I'm not hacking. We'll go 30-10. It's just Dallas never sits well with the Niners, and it's sad that that's the case. Actually, I'll give them 17. I'll give them 17. I'll say that's the score. Pretty identical to this score right here. Okay. And then the Lions and the Eagles play each other. And, I mean, it was tough for me to decide this. It was. Eagles have another great Super Bowl roster. They got Saquon. They got Jalen Hurts. Of course, at QB, he's a top 10, I think. They've got a defense that can work on that actually was pretty good a couple years ago, and I think they can keep being good as long as their coordinating's fine. They do have Kellen Moore. He's pretty inconsistent, so good luck with him. I don't know. A.J. Brown, they got top receivers, top tight end. So, honestly, they've got a great team. So do the Lions. Quarterback, probably another top 10 quarterback, one of the best running back rooms, receiving rooms, a good rushing attack. Lions do too, and they've got a lot of a mobility and mentality going into the postseason and into the season overall. I don't want the Eagles going either. I have the Lions going. I haven't seen Eagles. I have not seen anyone pick Philadelphia to go far. Well, maybe the NFC Championship game, but I haven't seen. I think the Lions, I trust them. I have a lot of faith in them this year, and I think they go back to the NFC Championship to face the Niners for revenge. But I think this one's going to be, let's say, this will probably be a pretty good game, which will probably be like maybe we'll say, I don't know, 35 to 20, 35, 31, no, let's say 35, 20, I'm trying to kind of, okay. Actually, we'll make it 38. 35. We'll say like a game-winning field goal or something. It'll be a good game. All right. That'll be a good game. It's going to probably be, I think you got two clutch, pretty good offenses. The defense are still questionable. I think it's going to be a high-scoring game. Now you got NFC Championship 49ers Lions, AFC Championship Texans Chiefs. So 3 out of 4 teams that made it last year are back in the championship, which we've seen tons of times before that be the case. We've seen it before Bengals Chiefs. We've seen it before the Niners making it. We've seen it before. I mean, it's not new that we've seen that happen. So we're going to start with the AFC. Look, this was confusing too. I was questioning this and saying, like, could the Texans make the Super Bowl pretty fast? They got the Super Bowl team to do it, or will Chiefs make it back? I had to include, I'm going to have to go with Kansas City winning this one. They seem to be like making, it's kind of hard to not include them. And with the Texans being young, that's the thing. They got a young head coach. They got young players, a young defense. I can't see them making the Super Bowl. I can't. I just can't. With either playing Patrick Mahomes, I can't. Now the Bengals did it. The Bengals did it before with a young team, but I don't know. Especially with it being sophomore slump, could have a chance for C.J. Stroud. Which I'm still, if that was the case, they probably wouldn't making it here. But I don't see the Texans making it to the AFC Championship game, the Super Bowl. I think the Chiefs win it, but I could see it being a 13 to 20 game. Chiefs win. So, I mean, I could definitely see that happening. Chiefs win. Are going to the Super Bowl to play the. Let's see what I have to say here. 49ers and Lions. We saw this last year. We did. I do not like San Fran going to the Super Bowl. I will say that right now. Detroit, I have losing in the regular season to the Niners. I did. I was thinking about today when making the Cardinals one. I had something to follow, like Seattle. They split with Seattle, but to make it even, they have to beat the Lions. And then the Lions, to make it even, the Lions would beat the Niners, so they could lose. And then the Niners would just bump down to 12-5. Figure that out later. I didn't think that would happen. What I do think will happen is the Niners have a lot of grit. And we know from Coach Dan Campbell that that's the case. I don't see San Francisco making it back. The Lions have a lot of potential. They're like top 4 in odds of making the Super Bowl and winning the Super Bowl this year. This may be it. Now, I'm not going to say I'm picking them to win the Super Bowl because they are going up against a good Kansas City team. But the Detroit Lions are going to go back. No, not back, sorry. They're going to go back to the NFC Championship, but they're finally going to break it and go to the Super Bowl 59 in New Orleans to take on the Kansas City Chiefs. And I'm going to have this game be 20. Let's see. Let's see this game be 21. Let's make this game 21. I don't know, honestly. 23. 28. We're going to make this 23 to 28. 28-23. Lions headed to the Super Bowl to take on the Kansas City Chiefs. Alright, so it does look like we do have Chiefs make it back as a 3 seed. Lions were a 3 seed last year and almost made it. So it's kind of like a replica of basically last year a little bit. But we know we've seen that stuff happen before in those situations. And not surprising to me, honestly, that honestly can happen. Because to make it 3 out of 4. So Lions, this could easily have been the case last year. But, of course, things sometimes don't change. Lions taking on the Chiefs. Now, Lions obviously have one of the best teams to do it. They've got a good team to make a run. I can definitely see them making a run this year to win the Super Bowl. Chiefs, are they going to make the three-peat? That's the question. Tom Brady never made a three-peat. I don't think he ever had a repeat either. So, I don't know. Mahomes is pretty dang good. I already made the prediction. It's in my head. Don't worry. Lions have one of the grittiest teams. I've already said this. They have issues on sides of the ball. But the Niners last year, they've always had trouble against Kansas City. This is a Lions team that can win the whole entire thing. This is. Like I said, they have one of the best talented, loaded teams in the league. They're top 5 in odds. It's not stupid to pick them. But Kansas City is a team that tends to know how to win Super Bowls when they're in them. But they did play Tom Brady. Jared Goff has made and lost. Jared Goff has made a Super Bowl. And they are on a team that knows what they're coming for. And teams are destined to win a Super Bowl for the first time in their career. Franchise, 30 years it's been. And they never won a Super Bowl. Eagles finally won one a few years ago after having a loaded roster. They beat Tom Brady, so why not say it happens this year? I don't think the Chiefs make a three-peat. So if you're a Lions fan out there, congratulations. Your team, I am predicting the Detroit Lions to win Super Bowl. Sorry. Do I have to log in? Okay. Sorry. Okay, Lions. Lions win the Super Bowl. I don't know the score. We'll say 20. We'll say it'll be 20. Let's say it's 34-27. Lions win. Lions win Super Bowl 59. I don't know if I said 54. Super Bowl 59. Congratulations to the Lions. They have a team to do it, and I'm going to pick them to do it. History has to be made eventually, and the Chiefs, I don't think, will win a three-peat. So that is my Super Bowl predictions. Let me know in the comment section below who you think will win. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoy the rest of your day, night, and hope you enjoy the NFL season when it starts. We'll have videos for that. My predictions coming out later this week. I'm going to make it soon later today. Actually, it's almost midnight. I was busy today, but we'll have videos throughout the day. The next couple of weeks I'll be gone, though. I'll be out of town, so that may not be the case. But the other days, other weekends and all that will be fine. And we'll have videos all the season. I'm very excited. Thank you so much for watching, Dog Squad. I'll see you next time. Peace.